boogie. We'll see if we're gonna have a stream. Kind of looks promising. Cheers, guys. Happy whatever the heck day it is. I do believe it's, what is it, Thursday? Oh, this isolation stuff is don't know how you guys are making out, but it makes busy days for me. But yeah, I thought well, good way to break the monotony is go live from the lab. Cheers, Armando. First to the stream as always, and I scheduled it tonight. First time I've scheduled a live stream since probably the last Tech Live video, which is a long time ago. But yeah, you got a notification. Well, that's actually super cool. So I kind of figured the other way I was doing this, the recent way, is just the old Go Live Studio, which is deprecated deep in the bowels of your creator studio, and I figured they were punishing me for it. They don't want people using that. They want you using Studio Beta. But anyway, such is life. I thought, well, we'll see what we can do. The last couple of days I've actually been working on, the last 2 nights I've been working on this Nano Talon, and I finally got somewhere on this. Actually, I might as well show you guys something cool first. These are an awesome little plane. I love this thing. It's an absolute gem. I have 4 of them now. But inside here, I did some rewire. Can we see it from the top? Probably not so much. It's underneath. Inside here, there's a nifty little antenna sticking out. And that guy hooks to a module up in there. And what they are is a 433 megahertz transceiver. Let me grab one. And it took me 2 bloody nights to get it working, but I finally succeeded. And these things are called, are marketed as 3DR radios. And they're not like what I'm used to with Arduino and like LoRa radios and stuff. These are kind of proprietary, kind of GUI like software and stuff. But under it all, cheers, Tech Mason. Under it all, they're just a 433 megahertz transceiver. And I got the GUI set up, and I thought I could just parrot the data through untouched and not use any proprietary protocols, but turned out I had to go on Facebook to the iNav community and reach out to those guys, and one guy confirmed that iNav could work with these and gave me a link to his blog, to his settings, and I was able to duplicate it, and these suckers didn't work. I had a spare set, different, same kind of thing, except a newer model. So I put it in the bottom of this Nano Talon. I programmed it up, and sure enough, it's working. So what that gives me the ability to do with this plane, and actually this one too, if I wanted, is I can remotely access iNav with a phone or a laptop, and that gives me the ability to change settings and interface with the flight control board, which is the F411 Wing here. Also control it to change waypoint missions, to monitor the telemetry coming down, which I already have on my radio, but I can also send waypoint missions to it and upload it to the plane in the air from distance. So if I want to send it on a different autonomous search and rescue mission or whatever, I can upload it on the fly now, which is what I wanted all along. And long story short, that's what I spent the last 2 nights working on. And I switched it over to a different FPV antenna here too, a little stubby one. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it's a lot more aerodynamic. It might not work so good from this side of the aircraft, but Updated iNav in it. It's all ready to maiden. This is ready to fly. Last night I finished migrating all the settings over and getting this airspeed sensor to work again, which took me forever because I forgot how I had to fix that the first time in iNav. But yeah, we're live. It's we have a plane. So that one's done, so I thought, well, maybe we'll go back to working on this one, which will be very similar. This will also be an iNav plane. Oh, what are we gonna do here? Let's play. Took a break from printing masks tonight, or shields tonight, Mike. Okay, we don't need the wings. We can put them back away, and we'll just work on this little center fuselage again, which will be just fine. I see something that's probably sucking bandwidth here. 1 second. This PC, I have to give it every chance it can get. I've got phantom windows open here that I thought I killed, and I didn't. Okay. And of course it says it needs an update of blah 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 blah. It's not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. Okay, soldering iron we're gonna need. And then we'll kind of pick up where we left off. I hope. I don't know whether I had these printed out last stream. White balance, not right. I'm gonna fix that. Every stream, this silly white balance decides to revert. Something like there looks a little closer, maybe. My monitor not helping. Okay. F411 Wing is what we're using in here for flight control. We're not going to hook up the speed control yet. We'll start with the small peripherals, I think, and see how far we get on those tonight. This is the camera board. Just a recap, if you didn't already see it. GPS. I may try to put up in the nose. Actually, I will try to put up in the nose. Yes, we will. Well, let's wire that up like we're gonna wire it up at the front of the plane. So we'll leave full length of wire on that. This camera we know is going to be right where it is, so we'll use full length of wire on that. So we'll wire those two, I think, tonight. Video transmitter, that's going to be right against. That's going to come right to the flight control. So let's wire that. We'll wire that last because it's going to go right on top. Actually, second last. Total last, we will wire the speed control. So we don't need this UBEC wiring here, but we'll just leave it on for now. So what do we start with? Start with the camera. Wire up the camera and go from there. What do you guys think? I think so. That's probably a good place to start. Oh, and we've got to put this is that tiny TBS Crossfire receiver we've got to put in. Buzzer, we'll also install that. We'll do it last, or sort of later anyway, because we'll just sort of stuff it wherever there's room. It's pretty small and easy to work with. Somewhere in here. Up into hardware. Screws. There. We're going to need those, probably. Did come with mounting hardware, too. Huh, neat. We still alive? Yes. I believe. We're still alive. Yeah, okay. Maybe good. Okay. Maybe good. Okay. Moving on. Let's start wiring up some stuff here. Okay, so run cam. What is the voltage required for a run cam split 3 micro. It didn't come with instructions. It came with a card referencing me to the website. Let's just look that up and maybe make a note real quick. So it's the, what did I say? It's the split 3 micro. Because we need to know split 3 micro manual. It should just be, it's usually just a piece of paper or a single sheet. It's a PDF. Run cam split series. Fuzzy fuzzy. Come on. Really? VCC is 5 to 20 volts. Well, that's nice. That's easy to work with. 5 to 20 volts. Run cam VCC 5 to 20 volts. Not that we're going to need to know, because that's going to cover the entire range of everything that that flight control is going to kick out. So let's just let's find where it is on here. That's our transmitter camera right here. So camera is coming from these ones labeled cam right there that you can't see easily because that's washing out. So these guys right across there are the ones we're going to need. So let's take this board back off. The backer here, we don't need that screw. Why is the standoff spinning? Stop that. Save that hardware. You guys are a quiet bunch tonight. Okay. Yellow will be video. We need all the length of these wires, so let's just use the whole thing. Watching, so we can take and move it like so. Maybe work a little bit better. Let's go like that. Soldering irons were lens for my DSLR laying out. That's awesome. I wanted to take some shots with the camera as we're working on this too, because I would like to make a video at some point. It'd be nice to have some assembly B-roll, and so I'm going to shoot some of that. In fact, right now would be a good place to start. So we'll just take the DSLR, I'll put my wide angle lens on it because that's easier to work with here. And let's format the SD card. I can try to screen grab from this stream, but it's not the best because there's OBS and stuff in there. So you guys are getting a sneak peek of what may come way later. Just do a little bit of that. Good enough. Okay, let's build. Three wires. We'll cut, save the end in case we need it, which we never do. Cut these. Strip them back. Stick them in our third hand tool here. Then we'll tin them. Then we'll stick them through the flight control board. Should just solder them to the top. That way they're easier to work with later. But being a plane, I don't think we're going to have to do repairs like we had to do on the Blue Falcon quad the other night that I streamed with you guys. The plane is a little less likely to have wires ripped out. If it does, generally we probably won't be fixing it. Alright, so ground. Wait a minute. Cam, G, 5 volts, and G. What's up with that? Why do we have another one? What's going on with this flight control board? They're using ground. Oh, they're separate. That's cool. So they're running VBAT into the video transmitter here. 5 volt to our camera. Ground out on the video and ground out to there. So I guess we just want to stick to the same thing. Use this ground power, separate power and ground for the video transmitter we'll worry about later. So we want to stay to this side. Cam, ground, and 5 volt. When in doubt, do it exactly how the instructions say for those. These are Matek is... Oh, I just love the Matek flight controls. Right until I fly. Holy smokes. We got a celebrity. I actually caught your live show today, buddy. I caught the... if you guys watching, you got to check out his... Right Until I Fly's channel. He does the Let's Drone Out podcast and live shows with Curry Kitten and Andy RC and all you super celebs. What brings you down to the depths of the internet of Eric's channel? Welcome. Glad you could stop by. Just hopefully soldering up a flight control tonight. Let's wires through there. We're good. I think they use grounds to shield the video signal. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they're separate on the different power supplies on that board, which is awesome for noise reduction. Okay. We got that one through there. That's good. Right on. Okay. Cam, ground, and 5 volt. Can we stuff them both through? These are really tiny. Like, I only have a tiny bit of tin solder on there, and that wire does not fit through the board. I don't know what size they drilled, but it's not standard 0.1. This is tiny. The hole drill is quite a bit small. Like it'll still take a 0.1 pitch, but man, oh man, that's tight. I don't any more than drill it, which is fine because I should be probably just set the wires on the top and just blob them from the top instead of pushing them through, but whatever. Let's do one at a time here. So ground still through? Yes. Is it still through? No. It fell. I have to grab some of my poster sticky tack stuff. I have to switch to my other iron too. This one's large side. There we go. That's what we need. You verified you're the celebrity. Cheers. I had to approve your comment. YouTube's getting picky. It didn't like your word. I guess I don't need Nightbot anymore if it's gonna censor that word. Okay, 5 volts through. Barely. Holy smokes, is that tight? That is snug. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna turn the other iron on. My Unger's got a little bit finer tip. Just a little bit easier to work with this stuff. This tip is 3 times the size of the pad. Come on. Looks better. Alright. Oh, just because we have a microscope, let's use it. Let's take a look. If you're gonna live stream something, I guess we might as well show off my crappy solder joints. Stormy, cheers, Quark. Oh, you kids. Oh, come on. Gimme. Gimme. There's a big goober. Goober? Goober. Who doesn't like a good goober? Alright, let's take a look. How'd we do? I think we probably did okay. One good one, one round one slightly less round one, but look on the far side. Actually, that's not that great. We could do better. We can do better. Let's do better. See, you never would have seen that except if I would pulled out the stupid high power microscope. Oh well, if we're gonna do it, I'm gonna put this plane into service for a while, so I might as well do it right. Okay, that should be better. That's more gooder. Solder all the way through. Yeah, a little globby, but whatever. Good enough. That'll do. That'll do. Moving on. Moving on. You free on Discord? Section. Waiting for an idea. No, I'm not free at the moment, I'm afraid. You can describe it in chat. No, I can't join Discord at the moment. I fear this PC would have a full-on heart attack if I tried to do anything other than streaming what I am on it. Okay, we got our split. We got our flight control to there. That's good. What should we wire up next? We're going to leave that full length because that wire is going to run. Oh, for those who weren't here the other night, I'll show you what we decided, or what I decided, we decided, whatever. So at the front here, the split is going to live right here because it's hardwired to the front anyway, and that'll allow us to just flip this up. So ideally, I would have liked to have had more wire than this, and it's going to have to just sort of drape over the top will twist it more. I wished I was going to have a lot more than that, but I guess I'm not. Yeah, I could extend it later if I wanted to, but we can just sort of leave it over the top. It'll be fine. So let's run the... Should we do the GPS next? I guess we can unplug this so we're not yanking and pulling on the split. Cheers, David. Yeah, I have time on my hands, all right. Somebody scheduled a pandemic. And I can't go anywhere. I've been stuck at home for 2 weeks. So, yeah. Might as well build stuff and live stream it. Near as I can figure. Okay, this is already annoying me, so let's just get rid of... Let's... What do we do? Why is there... What in the hell? Okay. That's... I don't even know why they... Oh, yeah, never mind. Derp. I'm thinking... I kept thinking this was always going to have a flight control in this plane. We can take... Actually, I don't know why they have this extra set of wire. Why? It makes no sense. Like, why did they run them separate? Like, is that UBEC output? Doesn't matter. We're not gonna care, but anyway. Alright, whatever. It's irrelevant. We'll ignore it for now. GPS? GPS. Let's do GPS. Let's do UPS. I can email you photos of mine. Sure. Or you can just drop them into my Discord. I think you're in my Discord. If not, it's linked below. Just throw it in there. You don't have to email them. Throw them in, and there's a drone channel. Throw them in. Well, I thought it was something that you need me to look at right now. Ground 5-volt TX. So TX to RX, RX to TX, typical. What? I don't remember which is which. Oh, it's not labeled? Or is it? Is it labeled on the connector? Because that would be awesome. Nope. It's got PPS and TX labeled. Oh, I need the pin out for this BN220. I guess I don't need it yet. I need it in a few minutes. If anybody's got a second to fire up their Google Foo and pull up the pin out for the BN220, it should be power on one side, ground on the other, and then TX and RX are in the middle. I just need to know which TX and RX are. That'd be super awesome. Throw it in chat. I'd appreciate that. That'd be super stellar. These color codes don't mean shit on TX and RX. Yeah, I'm on the right camera. Good. What is going on with my audio? Oh, sorry. Put user in timeout. Huh, yes, that's what I'm going to do to you. You're getting a lot of buffering. 0 dropped frames on my end, so that is the Googles. Sorry. I noticed that on a few people's live streams with big channels even recently. I don't think Google's relay servers are set up for a lot of live streaming. In fact, I always had this problem on Monday nights. Back when a lot of people used to stream on Monday nights, even Jay and Barnacles, I think, did their Tech Live an hour off of mine. I'd run into issues with the YouTube servers. And I imagine with everybody at home, it's probably the root evil. But from my side, I have no dropped frames and good stream health on my end. Sorry. Thank you, David. Ground TX RX VCC. Before that goes away, GPS ground TX RX VCC. I got that right. Right? Ground TX RX VCC. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciates it. Saves me. This is great. Building stuff with an audience is fantastic. I don't have to look it up. Okay. Just note that on our master. What I do with these sheets after, I actually don't throw them away. What I do is I fold these up and I put them in the Ziploc bag with all the spare standoffs and unused crap, like these connectors and stuff. And then when I smash things up or need to rewire, which tends to happen sometimes, I'm able to actually figure out what's supposed to be where. Oh, anyway. Okay, so our GPS is going to go in over here, and it's going to, here's RX2 and TX2 is what they're wanting to use for the GPS on this board, which is no problem. And then they're using power and ground right above that, and it's just 5 volts, so there's nothing funky to screw up or anything there. It's pretty straightforward. So put our board there. It should be these wires up this side right here, and they are, again, tiny terminals. So okay, so let's start with, what end should we start with? Ground? Nope, let's start with the power end. Power. Oh no, power, we gotta leapfrog them. Okay, let's start with RX. So we want TX. TX is next to ground, which is white. So let's start white goes to RX. Let's start with that one. See if the younger's warmed up. Done. Connected. Okay. Next, we want the other, not power or ground. That is labeled TX, which should be RX on the GPS, which is next to red, which is right. Hey, I got it right. I didn't screw it up. Yay me. Yay me. Yay us. If this goes sideways, I'm blaming you guys. Alright, cool. Catch. There's a pretty picture. Nice. Just make sure my chat's still working. It is. We're good. We're good. Okay, back at it. What do we want next? 5 volt. 5 volts. And we'll twist these to reject noise later when we do our final assembly. Should be no problem. Done. Guys a lot closer because this webcam I don't think will focus. This is a C920, and I should have swapped it out. I have a 922 in the other room that I got for doing live streams in the studio. Alright, how are we doing? To like, you need me to lick the flight controller. No. I'll get the sickness of the flight controller, and then I'll have to go to the hospital, where I don't want to be with other sick people. Then I'll die. So no licking stuff. Okay, we got a GPS. We got flight control. Next. Thinking, processing, brain hurting. That TBS unit that I don't know anything about. Should we wire that up now? I don't know anything about them. Wiring. I know what it came with was just these. Oh, I did. I have the instruction for that though, right? Yes. When in doubt, read the instructions. Crossfire Nano. Wiring. There's an awful lot of wires on a tiny little thing. Pretty sure all we're going to need is SDA and SCL, right? So yeah, this is my first Team Black Sheep, my first Crossfire. 5-volt in and ground. Okay, we need that. That makes sense. How many wires did they give us? Not very. I guess it doesn't matter. This thing's so damn tiny. Bright until I fly. Should I be running longer wires on this Crossfire? Or should I be sticking that? I guess what kind of antenna does it have? Where's that stupid antenna? Oof. Alright, let's get it out. Let's see if we can ESD damage this and destroy it. Channel 1, Channel 2 are TX and RX. Okay. So, let me highlight that. Channel... What? Really? That's not what I... Oh, that's not what... You sure? Channel 1 out, Channel 2 out. TX and RX? Okay. I'll take your word for it. Oh, I guess it's probably in the freaking instructions if I read it further. Somewhere. See, I would have thought that I'd be using... Oh, BST port. Oh, okay. So that's for other peripherals to be plugged in. Why am I too dumb to see where it just says which one is TX, which one is RX? How do I know which one to wire? Oh, I'm confused. Why would they not just include that? So where's the rest of the... Crossfire. UR1, TX1, RX1. Okay, that's cool. That's what I expect. But which one is which? UR1, which is probably where this is plugged in. Nope. Which one is UR1? They just label it S-Bus. You are at 1. No, it doesn't matter. You are serial RX. Should be labeled. Built-in inverter. So I guess it doesn't matter. It's just these terminals labeled. Oh, there it is. RX1, TX1. It's these guys right here. RX1, TX1. RX1, TX1. UART1. Serial receive. So why do they show it here? I guess at S-Bus they're treating different. I don't know why, I'm too dumb to figure that out. Look at the photo, you can set it how you want with the settings on Lua. Let's see, can I open that? Let's have a look. Ah, that's good enough for me. Okay, where's the frickin' drawing? Which one are they using? I want to use just the generic. So closest to the 5-volt is TX. Furthest away is RX. Go back. No, that's fine. You didn't confuse me more at all. I think we nailed it. So sanity check me. So this pin should be by default, without inverting or fucking around or changing it with Lua. This should be TX. This should be RX out of the receiver, and then we'll invert them going into our flight control, which is going to be on these pins right here. Yeah, we're going to say that's right. But I'm still left with, where are we going to put it? They give me these shitty little, like, this ain't great. This is what it came with. Oh, it did come with heat shrink too. Like, that's awfully stingy. I don't... Okay, where did I do with that antenna? That looks like a piece of wire that's now blended into my workbench. There it is. Alright, so we're going to want... I think I'm going to want this out through the canopy. Like, I'm going to want it pretty far away from the prop, or it's going to get chopped. I think we're good. Is my chat still working? Maybe. Like, we could put it close to the flight control, but we're going to have our 5.8 gigahertz transmitter right here. So I think I want this pretty far away, and the shitty little, yeah, that's not going to do. So what do we need? 4 wires. I think I'll extend that myself. Wire. Where'd all my wire go? Where'd all my junk wire go? One thing I don't have a good supply of is good 4-conductor. This is all really stiff junk. I think I've got some good stuff up here. Turn you guys. Let's see. Ooh, this might work. That's not great. Servo wire. Oh, here we go. It's old and stiff, but it's computer LED, but that'll work. It's 4 conductors, right?
Yep. Crossfire UR1, TX1, RX1, GPS UR2, blah blah blah. Yeah. Yeah, got it. But okay, good. No, that's.
I think we're good. Do you think we is good? I think what we'll do. Yeah, let's give this some extra wire. So we need to go from the flight control at the very back to where's that hatch? I think what we'll do is we'll wire this with enough that we can. This is almost impervious to noise. This wire, we don't need it twisted or anything. It should be pretty impervious. So we could go down around the sides and then up into the canopy and have our wire right out through the top of the canopy. Have our antenna with our ground plane and that kind of sticking up where it won't get into the prop. And it's pretty far away from everything. We can actually put, yeah, there's a few ways we can do it. Do we want it out the bottom? No, I think it'll get ripped off. So if we go this long of a wire all the way around up to here where the canopy is going to hinge, this will give us way more than enough wire. Way more than enough. Alright, so let's put that antenna away. Let's wire up the receiver. Oof. Let's wire up that little goomer. And let's make. Oh, there's two whites. I didn't even notice. Oh well. Let's use. This has got a lot of strands in there. This is going to be tough to get through the holes once I tin it. But we'll try. Before we give up and just stick it on the top, we'll try. What are you guys building out there? You guys in the UK are locked down pretty good too. You guys got to be building something or playing with something. I wanted to get out and fly today. It was such a nice day. There was people all over the place, and I didn't even want to deal with anything, so I didn't bother. Okay. Let's do ground. Well, oh, we got chips on both sides. Geez, that's got a lot of technology on that little sucker. Holy smokes! These are. I'm gonna put this under the microscope. You guys gotta check this out. Hey, Hoogie, cheers. Check this out. These things are crazy. This. Crossfire receiver, like that. Some of that is, I'm guessing, might be 0201, but that is an awful lot of stuff in a small package. Like that button, it's so tiny. And then on the far side, PIC 32 microcontroller and all the good stuff. Like that is pretty neat. This is gonna be fun. My first Crossfire radio system. So the range on this is insanity.
is just completely like,
all model guys are like totally used to it, but for me that used to even fly like AM and FM radios, the like going dozens of kilometers on this just blows my mind still. Anyway, so antenna side up, we're gonna want to go down through, so ground, so let's do closest to the red wire. We'll use this white as ground and then red. Let's derp, derp. Let's hold that down for a moment. I know you guys can't see that real good, but
I'm still trying to convince the guys to set up a
all that is stuff to build. Well, you're gonna have to order more. I'm getting parts out of China faster than I got them before the pandemic. It's craziness. I can order parts out of Shenzhen and get them in just a few days right now. They're all coming courier, which is craziness. But I'm trying to be smart with the money, so I'm building stuff that I already had all these parts, which is cool. Okay, those two through, down from the top. And let's do, that's irrelevant which one we do where and where at this point. We'll sort it out when we wire it to the flight control. Stuff that through, and let's use the microscope so you guys can see.
Don't forget to glue that UFL connector for sheet shrink that board hard. Yeah, that
Sounds like a smart piece of advice. Doogie. Can this even reach? Good question. Can this reach? Nope. 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 Still can't reach. Oh, no, I can't. This is hard.
This would have been a lot easier just to do it right where it was.
Alright, I hope that was on camera. Yep. Good enough. Good enough. Awesome. Okay. What do you think? Think that'll work, guys? I think that'll do. That's good enough for the girls I used to date. Alright. Next.
You're doing great. It's so hard to stream build.
Yeah, it is. It's insanely hard. It slows everything down. Like, just to even show you guys, like, I'm not doing a very good job. I could show much more, but just to do the coverage I am, it slows things down so much. Like, I certainly don't need to use the microscope like I did there. I would have been done in 2 seconds versus 2 minutes, but it's no fun for you guys to watch, for one. And two, I don't know, some of the challenges in the sharing of this now. Like, I don't stream a lot, and I'm not that good at it. Like, build streaming, or actually, I'm just not good at streaming in general, but it's a bit of a challenge just to, I don't know, to do this and spend some time with you guys. And it's more the social aspect, I guess, than it is the build. And plus, as far as I'm concerned, I'm winning here. Like, this plane, oh God, camera. This plane has been sitting here in the pile. All these parts have been here since last summer. So this excuse to get moving, like, whoever scheduled this pandemic, well, they definitely are helping my hobby builds. Not a good way to do it, but we'll make the best. Okay, what do we got?
Yeah, smart with money.
has so much free time, it's not a race. Yeah, this is true. Okay, let's see if we can tin. Why is that not tinning? There's some crud. There we go. This, you'll notice I'm not actually tinning the wire. If you can see that, I'm just stroking it gently, just getting a tiny bit on. This is just enough to keep it from fraying when I shove it through the board. They are not tinned. Stuff is so small, it's not a big deal. It's not like we're joining it wire. It'll get flowed when it goes through the board. Okay, board, next. Boom, this is where it matters. This is where all that legwork matters. Okay, so power and ground. Power and ground is the red and then the white closest to it. And we're, come on, I'm looking at my sheets and my notes. Power and ground, they're using over here by the S bus, RX and TX. Why did they? Is that right? That we should be going to RX1 and TX1 on this board? RX1 and TX1 says UART1. And UART1 is what we're going to configure as our serial radio. But S bus, they've got shown the receiver going into S bus. I can't help but think we should be using RX1 and TX1. Soft serial, I2C, RX1, TX1, S-bus, built-in inverter, but we don't care about S-bus though, because we're not using, yeah, or are we using S-bus to talk? Is this thing using S-bus to talk? What protocol is it using to talk to the flight control? I'm done with this stuff. This is my first one. Finding GPS. Wiring. This says S-bus. So are we supposed to use S-bus and just wire it up as S-bus? Oh, now I'm confused.
Use RX1, TX1, ignore smart port.
Sounds good to me. But why do they reference? But that'll give us our bidirectional communication. No, I'm gonna just listen to you. Use RX1, TX1, ignore the rest. Boom. Plan. Done.
Use RX1.
Yeah, okay, that's what I read. Okie dokie. Let's wire it up. RX1, TX1, and then there's 5-volt and ground right beyond it. Should we just use those because it'd be a hell of a lot easier? Yes. 5-volt and ground, they're the same ones. 3.3, 5-volt and ground. RX1, TX1, 5-volt ground. Okay, so let's work back. So 5-volt and ground are our white and our red. Right here and here. Yes, something like that. 5-volt ground, TX1 and RX1 are right next to it. Perfect. Let's go back. Might as well use use the microscope so you guys can see again. Why not, eh? Why not? We got the thing. Appreciate the help. Right till I fly. That's very helpful. Okay, can we reach? No. I'm having the same damn problem because I moved the microscope back. Excuse me. Come on. Right at the limit of my cord. I just need a few more inches. I can't get around the back side of these wires. It's goopy. So goopy. Good enough. Oh, come on. Good, good. Is that on camera? Almost. Close enough, right? Okay, so I gotta go back to my other wires. Okay. Where's my freaking note paper? Okay. With it in this orientation, that orientation, green is TX, white is RX. Green is TX. Green is TX. So we want green to go into RX. I put those in the wrong one. No, I didn't. Okay, green into RX. Right? Green. I already got distracted. Green, RX. Green, RX. Put it in there. In. Green, RX. In. Is that on camera? Almost. Almost. Close enough. Alright. Close. Solder. Uses protocol Crossfire listed under serial based receiver. Okie dokie, sounds good to me. We'll use TX and RX, we'll pick Crossfire and iNav, and it's just gonna work, right? Except I haven't even converted my transmitter yet. I don't even have a radio to use this receiver yet. My QX7 doesn't have the mod done. So there we go. There's our flight control wired up to our little. Oh God, that's freaking tiny. Is that not craziness? That's just awesome. That's just the little things that keep me entertained. Just awesome. Okay, we're getting a mess. It's starting to look like we're doing something. Okay, we're done with that for now. We'll worry about that later. And we're not going to use any of this wire, but we will use that nifty piece of heat shrink they sent me once the time comes. This is nice, like, it's nice wire. It's just, when the hell wouldn't they have given us something just a little bit more useful for length? Whatever. So be it. What you get is what you get. It's Team Black Sheep. Okay. What are we going to wire next? think. What is there next other than our VTX and then our motor circuit? So let's do the VTX, I guess, because let's do the video transmitter circuit. It's got to be right here. Like in last stream, I decided we're going to put the video transmitter right on top of our flight control. There's no better place to get that antenna out that I can see. And I don't foresee too many issues, but time will tell. So let's do this thing. Let's wire that up and then we'll call it a day. This is the AKK X2 Ultimate. I believe this is a 1.2 watt video transmitter, so plenty of girth. We need to know terminals. So this VTX ground power on to the left, and then video to the right. Nothing to it. Oh yes, we need more than that. We need our data to make it talkie. So this is power and ground, video, and then the video ground, and then we have 2 wires. What's it called? Smart port? What's the... I always frickin' forget the damn terms. I think it's smart audio. That's it. So, single wire protocol for that. Single wire. Single wire. So, 5-volt out to cam we don't need. So let's depin that right now. We'll do that under the microscope so you guys can see. Ha! How about that? We're gonna do a proper stream here. So let's get rid of it right now. We don't DC power in to our video transmitter. Yes, 7 to 26 volts. We're not feeding the camera out because we already fed it from the flight control. Video in, ground, 5-volt. Okay, so it's only the 5-volt that we want to get rid of. So that is the red wire right there. So let's depin that red wire and get him out of there and just make it gone like it never existed. HDMI micro. Okay, we want to get the pubes off my X-Acto, so we want this red wire here to go bye-bye. Goodbye. Get? And then on this end, we're going to solder everything, so we don't have to worry about that. So we'll just pull it out. Next, overhead. Alright. Okie dokie. We'll go back to the microscope in a minute because we're just going to end up soldering these. So this plug back in. Sweet. How much wire do we need? Not much. This flight control is going to sit like that. Does this hook up to top side entirely? All top side except for where the hell does smart audio go in? It's not on here. soft serial. VTX control. UART2 goes to TX2. So we're going to mark VTX control, UART2. Oh. No. ST1 if we're using Crossfire, RX and TX. Oh yeah, they were right here. Thanks, Bright Until I Fly. Here's the confirmation. UART1, TX and RX when we're using Crossfire. Derp, I don't know why. TX2 and RX2, and then we want VTX control ST1. What the fuck is ST1? What the hell is it? Cam. Probably quicker to just look under the damn microscope. Where's ST1? Oh, there it is. Way up there. Oh, no big deal. Okay. How much wire do we need? It's not much. Back to the overhead one more time until we get the wiring sorted out, then we'll just chop it all and be done with it. This is where we don't want to leave a whole lot of extra if we can help it. So our video lines we want to keep as short as possible. This is going to go this way. No, this way. Geez, they can be really short. We only need enough just to flip this out of the way. Let's go right to here. Commit. Committed. Okay. Let's tin some things. And then I think we're going to call it for tonight, unless you guys want to hang around longer. I think if we get this wired up, that's all that's left is to hook the speed control up. That's it. And obviously assemble things, but we'd be at a stage. This is damn near ready to go. To the point where I don't have a radio to do anything with it. We've got to do that mod. We got to put that, do the transistor mod on the QX7 before we can do anything more. Chat room? Or are you guys just super quiet? I'm just gonna check. Where's my dashboard? No. Come on. Are we streaming? The dashboard died. That's nice. Well, when in doubt, just assume everything is fine. We're gonna assume everything is fine, even though the dashboard, the YouTube live streaming dashboard is a black screen. That's nice. All my other browser windows are working, but it is gone dark. They advertise, oh, we now have dark mode. Yeah, it's dark, alright.
dookie.
Did I strip that? Oh yeah, just can't see it. Okay, it's ready. Microscope time. Microscope. Oh. Nope. Yep. Microscope. Yes. Let's go wider. Oh, that's as wide as she gets. That's the best I can do for you guys. Okay, so power ground to the video side. Need to go do better. These holes are so tiny. Make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. VBAT through in. Can we put ground in at the same time? Come on. Get. Got it. In. Oh, we nailed it. Finally. Took long enough. We got it though. It's a meal this here. Cheers. Chat is working after all. That's good. Alright, we good. Good? We good. Okay, video wire. We want a video wire. Give me... Did I get that wrong? Video. Oh yeah, we don't need that other ground. I didn't depin that, and I should have. Well, let's pull that out right now. We don't need that other ground. Or do we? No, we don't. So we're referencing to the same... We're referencing to the same ground, or should be. We should go pull that guy out. Camera. Get gone. Okay, now we're left with a video and a smart port wire. Video, I would like that to be twisted. Actually, here, let's go back to the overhead where you guys can see. Because we have to do, oh, come on, not that, overhead. We have to do this now because we can't do it later. If you want to reject noise, why is that? Close enough. If you want to reject noise in the circuit, you want to bring it into the signal and ground wire equally. And unfortunately, our ground is already wired here. We could have done twisted pair with that, but it's okay to do twisted pair with the power wire as well. But now is the time we got to do it, because if we leave that video wire out all on its own, we can't do it later without twisting it into the smart port wire, which is probably okay, but we know there's data on that smart port line, and it's probably not high-speed data, but it is data transfer nonetheless. So it's kind of a bad idea to twist our video line with that. Okay, there we go. So we want to twist straight of about that. That should reject noise nicely. We'll go back under the microscope and we'll solder this up. So we want this wire to go right here. That's our other video. Stick that down, get our iron. We'll hit it like just so. That should be pretty good. Let's make sure we got it on the right terminal. Cam, VTX. Done, done. Okay. Now, make sure our wires are twisted the amount we want them to be. And then we'll wire the smart port. It was going to this lonely wire way up here, this ST1. What does ST1 stand for on here, I wonder? ST1, it's not like... it's a soft serial pad, anyway. So, whatever. That's what the instructions say. That's what we're gonna use. Where'd it go? Okie dokie. Holy smokes, guys. We are pretty much there. We have... Let's see what we have. What do we have? We have... Not that. This mess here. Smart audio and all that kind of good stuff going in here. This is our 1.2 watt video transmitter. Boom. These wires go out to our camera at the front and DVR. This GPS wires are wired up. GPS is going to go to the front, and then our nano receiver with this crazy rigid junk wire, but it will do the job. This now is the complete brains of our plane. It's ready to go in. It's just a matter of putting things in the holes now. What do you guys think? I think we won. I think that's enough for tonight. I'm getting sore standing here. I need to go have a sit down. One of the drawbacks of having a screwed up spine, but yeah, I think we're winning. Cheers, guys. Thanks for all your help. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna go hook this up to my Nano Talon and see if my programming works right, that I can now see through my run cam and switch between the front and the downward view on that plane. Is that F722 Wing that I'm using on it, I have both cameras wired into the flight control, which is pretty cool because it puts the OSD on whatever camera is active, your on-screen display, your heads up. So I'm gonna go play with that. I can do that on the couch. Cheers, guys. Hope you guys click a thumbs up on these videos if you like them. Join me in Discord, link down below. Hit me up on Patreon or become a channel member here if you guys like what I'm doing. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are an awesome bunch. So supportive. Appreciate the help with looking things up for me and giving me all these terminal numbers and stuff. Good luck. Stay safe wherever you are, guys. I know it's a crazy world out there right now, but hopefully you're all safe and sound and have everything you need. And if you don't, feel free to reach out. I'll do what I can. Cheers, guys.